Hello everyone. We will start the webinar in 2 minutes, just waiting for the attendees to join. Hello and welcome everyone to our today's cPanel Tech Talk. My name is Swati and I'm a cloud consultant at E2E Networks. So our today's topic is about benefits of cPanel in website management. So I would like to introduce our today's speaker, Mr. Kartik Kumar. He's a director and founder of Host Macro and he's having 11 years of experience in cPanel. And I would like to give you a quick update on agenda. First, Mr. Karthik will take us through the presentation, and then he will take all your QAs after the presentations. So I would like Karthik to please start the presentation and share his knowledge and wisdom with us.
Thank you, Swati. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm happy to be with you in this critical situation. Hope everyone is safe in your home or in your offices. Uh, let's get started. I'm just starting to share my screen. Swati, are you able to view the screen? View the
Yes, yes, yes.
uh, Once again, thank you, everyone. So, for the session, uh, everyone have been like website industry is the most important during this critical situation because every company started to come online. Previously, when we were going to a client place and asking for a website order, they will be simply says, "My business is a local business. I never need of a website." But now everyone has started to launch their website, and we are just going to see how cPanel will be very useful in managing your website. So for a start, uh, as Swati said, I'm Kartik Kumar. I'm a CEO of Postmetro Services Private Limited, based from Chennai. I'm using cPanel and WSM control panel for past 11 plus years. So let us look what it will take to create a normal website first, uh, considering we are using a Linux based server. So for making a website, we need these basic things like HTML, CSS. That's the major design. PHP is used for scripting, like for creating our own application. Recently, many developers started to use Node.js and AngularJS, uh, similar to our Java covering JS. And database, MySQL database, which we use in almost majority of the CMS and framework like WordPress, Joomla, or Magento, OpenCart. Majority of the application which is currently we use as open source use almost all of these coding. And let's see what are the software which we required for hosting a website on a server. So these are the very basic software. What happens if we does not have a cPanel or any control panel? So for the start, we need a DNS server. DNS server is a basic where a website gets pointed to which server. Like it says the domain name to point to which server, whether it's an email server or it's a web server or a database server. This is the base or a map of the domain name which says where we have to point. Then the web server is where the website is being displayed to a laptop, like the data is shown to the laptop. FTP server is for uploading and downloading the files. Database servers, everyone knows it. Database manager, PHP MyAdmin or similar application. Email servers, security servers, security software. All these things can be manually installed, but it will be taking too much amount of time and knowledge and coding. But all these things are enabled in one single place, that's cPanel WHM. And let us start with the demo of it. Swati ma'am, are you able to see the WHM control panel?
No.
Okay. I hope now everyone is able to view the cPanel WHM control panel.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay. So this is the place where we will be creating a new cPanel account for our demo. Password. That's it. Just enter the domain name. It will auto generate the username. Okay. So once we enter the domain name, it will auto generate the username. Password. Using the package. Okay. See, what are the previous software which I said, those 5 or 6 softwares, it's being generated here. Like it's being getting ready. Like every software is already installed. You'll be just getting a cPanel login details here. Are you able to see? Within a few minutes, we are able to create a properly working account for uploading our website. So just try login to the account. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are here. We are logged into the cPanel. Uh, Let us go through what are the facilities first available in the cPanel. Then we will go use I will explain about the majority of the icons, like majority of the tools which we use regularly. This section is a file manager section or file handling section where you can manage files, upload, download files either via FTP, also via file manager. This database section is where we create MySQL databases or even MariaDB databases also available in cPanel. So we can create, delete a user, add database, like maintain, like add a database to a username, everything, and PHP main access. PHP admin access is available for you. This section is for adding additional domain names on the same cPanel account. And this section is for creating email accounts in the same cPanel account, where you can create n number of email accounts without any extra charges. And these are tools which use to see the stats, how much bandwidth we use, how much resource we use. These are the security tools which is inbuilt in this cPanel or a little add-on applications. This is an auto installer software and that additional PHP like PHP version manager. All these facilities are available here. These are little advanced facilities, that is starting with uploading or having it cPanel file manager. So this is a cPanel file manager. Let us create a new file here. So you have to select new file here, the top corner. Index index.html. The file is created. Edit, edit. So there is like I'm not writing a proper HTML coding. I'm just making that a normal text that will be instantly visible. Let's see. See, you have got it. Instant file edition. We don't need to upload it from FTP also. But if you want, we can use FTP also. Let us see how to create an FTP account. Generally, we can use the same cPanel username and password for creating an FTP account. Or if you need an additional FTP account, we can create using FTP accounts. Like if you want to give it to a different developers to access the different folders, we can create an FTP account here. Like for example, this one password either you can auto generate or you can use your own password, but it's always safe to have a auto generated password. Create an FTP account. That's it. An FTP account is created. But if you are using a raw server for creating this FTP account, it will be taking lots of commands. So in a few seconds, we have created an FTP account, and that too in a particular folder. So called this folder for it has already created a folder called test1. You can also have the FTP account for your main folder. See? So if you have a test1 folder here, it will be using it to create. Test1 folder is created. You can choose the particular folder where you need to provide access to your designer or developer. Next, you can see creating a database. Let us use MySQL wizard, which will be very easy creating a database. User and mapping both database and user. Create a database. Demo test. Password. Now we have created both the database and user. These are the privileges which we use for connecting the database and the username. The database username, database user is already created within a few steps. You don't need to worry about lots and lots of program manually creating the database and the other things in the command mode in a normal Linux command. We can check via phpMyAdmin. See? The database is created already. So this is as easy. I'm just explaining in a hurry, like because I want an interactive session, so I'm waiting for a Q&A to answer your questions. What other doubts you have? Let us try creating an email account. additional thing. Once you click the email icon, you have this page. Just click this create, click change data password, create. An email ID is instantly created. You can access this email using the domain name / webmail, and you will be able to see the control panel now. Check it from here also. Check the domain. The major plus point is there is a proper working webmail, an IMAP solution, POP and SMTP. All the facilities are available on the same cPanel. So this is email account is created. Let's go for an PHP version manager. Before that, let us install a WordPress easily using the tool which is already available here. It's called Software Plus, where we can instantly install a WordPress without any issue. Install WP directory. Password. The password. That's it. We have installed a WordPress within few seconds. See, that's the main plus point of cPanel. Everything you want can be created in a few seconds, like creating a database, installing a WordPress. Everything is instant. You can see it here, and if you can access the WordPress admin directly from the cPanel itself. See? So now let's see how to see. Now this is the latest WordPress version, and it is asking us for a latest PHP version. So go back to cPanel, and you can scroll down here, and you can see multi PHP manager. We don't need to manually install all the cPanel versions like PHP versions. Everything is already inbuilt. Just select the domain name, choose the PHP version you want. Let us use the latest PHP version 7.4, and click apply. That's it. The PHP version is updated. Let's see the blog whether it still shows here. Refresh. I think it's not getting updated, but the PHP version is updated actually. Let's try with something. File let's create a PHP info page. PHP info.php. Just copying the command for PHP info page to check which PHP version you are currently using. So the file name is PHP info.php. Try accessing it. Okay, right. The PHP version is 7.4.9. That's what we upgraded. Let's see downgraded into a different version. Let's downgrade it to 7.2. Apply. Instant version change can be done for any number of domain names. Even if you have tens of domain names, you can have different PHP version for it, like for each subdomain name or each additional domain name. So you don't need to worry about uninstalling a cPanel, uninstalling a PHP version and installing it again like a normal server has. You can handle multiple PHP versions in one single application. And these are the additional security functions which is enabled smart security, um, which protect us from WordPress attack or Joomla attack, CSRF attack. So all these things are enabled in the WHM control panel. Uh, it's a little admin based usage, so I'm not discussing those things today. We have SitePad website builder which can be installed, where you can, without this WordPress and other things, you can have a normal website. We can create a normal HTML site website using this SitePad tool, but it's an additional tool which can be installed on cPanel. Uh, I hope it's damn easy. I think maybe I'm little faster. I'm not sure. Okay, let's come to the backup. So let us keep say that we have created a proper website, but we need to maintain the backup or take a backup. In cPanel, there are facilities to auto-generate backups, and we can keep for n number of days. Like how much days you want, you can keep it. This is like manually creating a backup. But if you have the auto backup generation option is enabled on the WHM control panel, you can see the list of days backup days here. Let's see for my other domain. I'm logging into a different account where the backups are already enabled, because this is the one which we created is a new account, so backups are not available. Um, File and directory registration and backup. cPanel has a facility either to compress the backup and save it as a one single file, or you can have a file level backup also, so that if some particular file is got corrupted or got deleted, that alone can be restored. That particular file alone can be restored. These are in this particular server we are enabled daily backup for past 7 or 8 days. So these are the backups which is already available. But if you use this, it will be restoring all those backups, all the files. But this is like file and directory level restoration. We can navigate it for a single file. Let's go to topic and discussion. So I have installed a normal WordPress here. Let's see how we are able to restore it. See this one.pdf. These are the backup files available for the past 7 or 8 days. So we can restore this particular file alone when necessary. We do not want to take the whole backup, whole compressed backup, unzip it, then re-upload it. You can restore it a single file as you want. You can even restore databases. You can even restore emails. All the facilities are available. Come back. Let's come back to cPanel. What's the other option we can do? Let's let's see how we can have an additional domain and subdomain here. Let's go for the subdomain creation now. Click on subdomain icon. It's already a subdomain name, but anyway we can try it. Test one. A new folder will be created as test one, or we can test subdomain. A new folder will be created which handles the files of this particular subdomain name. Create. Okay. Okay. Actually, this domain's DNS is not being hosted here, so that's why it's throwing an error. I've externally hosted this DNS. Even though it showed an error, it's working properly. Yeah, we have a different folder for that particular subdomain name where we can host files or plus whatever you want. Like for example, it's an example.com, and if you want to create blog.example.com, you can create a subdomain name instantly from here. See, I'm giving all these information for a very basic end users, not for an advanced users, because advanced users they already have know about all these facilities. These for the people who is new to cPanel. Um so what are the other facilities we have? Let's see. Let's see the stats and visitor list. Let's see from already working website because it will have enough information about this. This is like similar to Google Analytics, but from the server end, how much visitor we had, what are the files being accessed from wherever they access. All these informations are available, which is inbuilt in the. So it is not real time update, but it gets updated every 24 hours. For real time update, you can use analytics, but this is an additional facility which can use from the server end. And if we use Cloud Linux operating system, we can also check how much CPU resource usage you are actually using. This is not actually a cPanel plugin, but cPanel and Cloud Linux are mostly one and the same. Cloud Linux and cPanel are mostly like closely integrated. The operating system is closely integrated. So from here we can see whether our site causes any CPU resource usage, how much RAM we use, how much CPU we use. Everything can be monitored from here. Let's close unmonitored tab. So I first said zone editor, like the DNS is the basic thing for a domain name. But since it is defaultly created and every records are already created, we have not discussed it first. This is the page where we can manage any additional stuff. Like for if you are configuring a GSOD email and we want to point it there, we can configure it from here, like creating an MX record, creating a CNAME record. You do not want to manually go and edit it in the control panel. I can get it in the command mode. Everything is easily available. For example, let us add a record. This points to same IP or let's say that's it. Record is added. The thing is, it's very user friendly. cPanel is very user friendly. Whatever question is asking, you're just going to give the answer as values, and it will be doing the work very easy. So I think we can have a more and more of QA session to discuss rather than displaying the basic functionality of the cPanel. Swati, is that okay? We can start with the Q&A session. It will be much interactive
Yeah,
because
you can continue. We will have a QA in last 10 minutes.
sure, no, fine. Uh, so for the other facilities, we can explain one more. So why don't we try a WHM where we have created this cPanel. So So this is the WHM control panel, the main panel of the cPanel, the master panel of cPanel, where we'll be creating the one which I showed you is as a less functionality, but this is for the root control panel where you will be maintaining the servers for creating a cPanel account, and it has facilities like um, creating a new account, modifying your Apache version, MySQL versions. Um, let's say if you want to edit a DNS in the like the raw mode, you can see all the DNS records from here for all the websites. If you are handling multiple websites, this WHM control panel will be much useful for you. And if some load is higher, we can restart the servers like DNS server, Apache server, mail servers. We can restart all these. These things are little advanced functions which are useful for a server admin. Or if you want to be a new server admin, you can just install cPanel in a few seconds. Or E2E have the facilities where the server is instantly installed. Like if you're purchasing a new server, the cPanel application is already installed on the server, which will be much useful for you. Swati ma'am, that's it. I think the basic thing, other things will be most advanced. So I think better we can start the QA session so that we have an interaction with our users.
Yeah, sure. As of now, there is no question, so you can say anything that is you would like to share more about to our audience.
Okay, recently, one moment, please. Trying to find what are the other facilities I can explain easily. Ma'am, I think we have some questions here. We can install cPanel.
Yes, we have one question.
Okay, great.
So the question is, can we install cPanel Linux server?
Yeah, cPanel is only applicable for a Linux server, that too mainly for CentOS or Red Hat server or Cloud Linux server. That is Red Hat Linux based servers. So 100% we can install cPanel on Linux servers, but not on Ubuntu. Uh, it's majorly for CentOS operating system. It will be very easy. The installation command is very easy. One single line, and the server will be the cPanel will be installed in maximum of 5 to 10 minutes. Long before it was taking like around half an hour to 1 hour, but recently it's damn too fast. And each and every day they are keep on updating their options and facilities available inside the cPanel. For example, we can now run Apache, Nginx, Lightspeed, all these three web servers in the cPanel server depending upon our requirement. Gulshan Agarwal, I hope this got answered for you. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, it's resolved. Yeah, anyone, please, if you have any questions, you can share
I
your question.
being a server admin, I'm not. It's easy for me to answer a question which you people ask. So I kindly request if you whatever questions you have, even if it's going to be a very small doubt, I'm more than happy to assist you. Uh, since because I for the past 11 years I'm just supporting my customers for this cPanel server. So I'm better like a support person rather than explaining or giving a demo. So it will be much easy for me to give you answers for whatever questions you have. can ask about cPanel, WHM, anything related to the cPanel server, like any options which I showed or any other options which you want to explain you if you are already using the cPanel server. Because I explained a very basic information because I do not want to give is cPanel available on Ubuntu OS. No, unfortunately, cPanel cannot be installed on Ubuntu OS. Personally, I suggest all the website developers and designers to use CentOS as your default OS platform because majority of the servers which runs the website use CentOS server because they have 10 years of lifetime for each and every operating system version. For example, Ubuntu, I hope so, like 2 to 5 years they have an version change, but in for the CentOS, they provide 10 years of support and they release only stable updates. In Ubuntu, there are beta updates also, but we suggest to use CentOS. Now, cloud hosting is most. I hope I've answered the anonymous the other person who asked for the Ubuntu OS. Let's go to the next question. It's like now cloud hosting is most popular. So what is your option about for cloud hosting and shared hosting? Okay, this question is little different or little different topic from this cPanel. The thing is, most shared hosting company, 95% of reliable shared hosting company who wants to provide a reliable services stick with cPanel because cPanel is a standardized control panel. Recently, many new control panels have maybe came, but they couldn't be able to beat with cPanel standard because cPanel, I think cPanel started the services nearly like 20 years before they are top in industry now. Comparing this cloud hosting and shared hosting is for a very basic website where there will not be much users. For example, take a company which just want to display their products, but they are not selling online, but they just want to display their products and services. Shared hosting is much enough for them. But if you are looking for an interactive website where people will be purchasing something or discussing with you or doing some it's like a crm application for your office, then cloud hosting is really damn good because our cost of a dedicated server will be too much higher and it's also not hardware prone failure. It's not prone to hardware failures, but cloud hosting it's really a good option. And nowadays cloud hosting is damn cheaper. It's very cheap comparing to a shared hosting. It's like a few thousands more than shared hosting. So cloud hosting is best for a developer to start where you can maintain multiple websites. You can have your different, you can custom install your applications. In a shared hosting, you cannot have your custom software or custom application there. Like a custom software, for example, if you want to have a Node.js or a Tomcat server, it cannot be installed on a shared hosting platform. But if you're on a cloud server having cPanel, cPanel have the facility to install Node.js, to host AngularJS. You can even have Tomcat Java on a cPanel server. One moment, let us go for the next question. Is
Yeah,
PHP
there's next
PHP
question from Jay.
FPM better? I'm sorry, I think Mr. J, I couldn't be able to understand what you're trying to ask. PHP CG and PHP FPM. Okay, which is better for WordPress
Which
or
is better
better than
than
WordPress? I think it's
WordPress?
okay. See, PHP FPM is little better comparing to PHP CGI for better optimization, but for PHP FPM, you need a more amount of RAM to handle it. Um, so, and now cPanel started a Nginx Nginx web server also. So once it is launched, then it will be much easier for you to use or much better to use PHP FPM with Nginx. I hope it's answered, Jay. Next, go for the next question. Which are the major database supported by cPanel apart from MySQL, MongoDB? Okay. See, actually, cPanel support MySQL, MariaDB, and PostgreSQL also. But most of the people who use cPanel does not use PostgreSQL, but mainly MySQL and MariaDB is installable and available on cPanel. MongoDB is not available in cPanel. But as of now, maybe they may start soon, but as of now, that's the case. Which setting is best for WordPress? Okay, that's the question is already answered. FPM is better, but if you need a more amount of RAM memory usage. Okay, anonymous. Hosting multiple domain in single cPanel account, will it affect the domain performance? Yes, 100%. Like, no, it depends. Whether you, if you are shared hosting at your if you are a shared hosting platform and if you are hosting multiple domains on a single cPanel account, yes, because each and every cPanel account will be allocated with a certain amount of resource usage on a shared hosting platform. But if you have a cloud server, even if you have one single cPanel or multiple cPanel, you will be using the full amount of CPU resource usage, like the total server resource usage. So it's dependent upon what's your hosting platform, whether it's on a shared hosting or on a cloud or dedicated a cloud hosting or VPS hosting or dedicated server. It's completely different. For example, if you can, if you are able to see my cPanel in the background, similar to the disk usage, the CPU resource usage is also limited because this is a shared hosting server. So the CPU usage is limited to one core. The entire process is up to 20. So these are the resource usage which you have. So if you are on a shared platform, then hosting multiple domain names. So if it's a one or two domain names, it's fine because you will be sharing the same resources with the whole cPanel account. If you have 5 domain names on a single cPanel account, so all the 5 domains will be using the same amount of the same 1 GB RAM. Like you have to be, it will be split between the 1 GB. But if you're on a cloud hosting server, this resource restrictions will not be available for the cPanel. So you can use the full cPanel, full server's resource usage. So it depends upon on which hosting platform you are on. So this is what I was asking for fellow members, fellow viewers. Like I want to be in interactive. Like, let us be in interactive session. So whatever questions you have like this, it will be easy for me to answer.
One more question we are having. What would be you suggest as PHP 5.6 is not supported by cPanel?
Uh,
Is it still supported?
yes, yes, ma'am. Yes. The thing is, PHP 5, even 5, PHP 5.4 is supported, but it's kept in the old version platform. They may release take it soon. See, um, I'm not sure why you are still using PHP 5.6 version because there is a guaranteed 3 to 4 times performance and speed increase if you are using a PHP 7 version, like more than 7.2 or 7.4. Because our clients are really happy when they switch to PHP 7.4. But cPanel does support PHP 5.6. You can see it from here. But the hosting company may have disabled it. If again, it's dependent upon whether it's a shared hosting or on a VPS or a cloud server or a dedicated server. If you're on shared hosting, that particular shared hosting company may have disabled the PHP version 5.6, but cPanel do support it. I have already shown right the page where I just show this. For this particular server, we have disabled PHP 5.4 and 5.5, but we still kept PHP 5.6 and other major 7 version. Even in 7, we have disabled 7.0 version. We add only 7.1, 7.2. You can see it from here. If you're able to see the screen, I think you can see it from here. I hope the question is answered. But we suggest developers to soon shift to PHP 7. You will really see a rapid increase in performance and reduced on reduced server load on your server, uh, easily comparable. But I know it's hard to recode your whole work. But again, we have to keep on update.
One more question. It's there on chat.
Okay, we have checked that
If we
everything
have,
is working, but our
yeah, can you see?
so yeah, I'm able to see.
Okay, sure, sure.
If we have checked that everything is working, but our website is still getting slow, what's issue in cPanel? Okay, this is the main problem which being a hosting company and a developer always face. There will be usually a fight between the hosting company and developer saying, developer will say like I have designed it properly, it's not working, and the hosting company will say uh, everything is perfect. The cPanel server. cPanel is nothing but a tool to manage your servers. And server, whatever you throw in it, it will work. It depends upon what option you set in the PHP. Like, for example, take a WordPress edition, WordPress installation. If it's the plain WordPress without any theme or without any plugins installed on a 5.6 and on a 7.4, 7.4 version is giving a super amount of speed and performance. But in 5.6, the speed and performance little less, comparatively less. So there is no mistake on a WordPress part. There is no mistake on the developer part. Here the mistake is the person who chose which version to choose it. It's not like I'm mentioning the version alone, the C PHP version alone. There are comparatively multiple options which has to be enabled and disabled for a better performance of the website. But generally, I ask the developers to optimize from the coding level. See, one single PHP page can bring the whole server down. It's totally depend upon the program server, whatever you throw at it, the cPanel server, whatever you throw at it, it will make it work. But you need to make it in such a way that the website is little faster, comparatively faster. It's like tuning our engines, tuning our bike engines. Okay, the next question is there any auto backup schedule in cPanel? Yes, cPanel have the wonderful auto backup facility. Like, let me show you. It's in a WHM panel. It's not in cPanel, but it's in the same WHM, the master panel of the cPanel. The, let me show you a service demo. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Swati, are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, everything is fine.
So, backup configuration. There are additional tools like Jet Backup, but I prefer cPanel's original backup solutions. If you can see it from the screen, uh, this is a backup configuration option available in cPanel. Currently, we have enabled incremental backup where the server load will be very less. Like whatever file which has been changed, it will be backup. If we use compressed backup facility, all the files depending upon your interval, it will be compressed and stored it either in the local server or on the remote server. So in this particular server, we are taking everyday backup. We are retaining it for past 8 days. You can keep it for 30 days, 70 days, 80 days, whatever you want, depending upon your storage facility. Uh, you can take weekly backup, monthly backup. You can even choose what are the accounts you want to take backup. And if you want to save this option is for like taking MySQL, whether you want to compress the whole MySQL directory, like if you have 10 MySQL, do you want as a whole directory or on a individual MySQL SQL file? So this option is for that. This is the folder where the local backups are saved. We even have options to have a remote backup facility. So it's available here. Remote backup facility is also available. So cPanel has a wonderful inbuilt backup system which works awesome every time. I hope that question is answered. Next question is, can we install Nginx or cPanel server? Will it affect cPanel settings? You do not want to install Nginx on a raw cPanel server. I hope soon they will be launching their own development, like a pre-installed Nginx server. cPanel is soon launching it, so you don't need to take risk. It can be Nginx can be installed. There are custom settings to be installed, But cPanel is going to start soon start on Nginx. I just came to know from the forum or a blog. So they are going to start Nginx based cPanel server very soon. Let's see. I'm happy that this session is too much interactive, very interactive. So you can put any questions you have regarding to cPanel server. I'll be more than happy to help you.
We're waiting for more questions. We are still having 5 minutes. Yeah, one question is there.
Is it in the chat?
How to backup database daily?
Okay, database backup is either you can take it manually or the same application, the same backup settings, it's already available. See, cPanel server is a complete backup for one individual cPanel account. It contains all the files, all the databases, all the email accounts, everything can be backed up in one single cPanel backup file. So database backup is also available. You can choose it from here. And choosing the backup function, you can choose it whether you have to take per account only. This is like having seen each and individual cPanel database will be converted in a .sql file and it will be stored in the same backup, the backup account, the backup file. How to but it conflicts with my weekly backup. You uh, okay. You have options to retain your backup from here. I'm not sure whether you are on a shared hosting platform or a cloud hosting. It depends upon it. What's the facility your service provider is giving? If you have a cloud hosting server, you can configure it in such a way to have n number of. You can have daily backup. You can have weekly and monthly backup. It depends upon your configuration. If you can see it in my screen, there is we have enabled daily backup for the past 8 days. If you want weekly backup, you can enable it. You have weekly backup on which day of the week you want. You want a monthly backup on which day of the month you want. It's available here. So weekly backup, daily backup, all facilities are available in the cPanel. You need to properly choose it. We are facing malware issue in WordPress. How can we fix it in cPanel? cPanel defaultly has antivirus tool, and additionally, there is an in E2E they provide Immunify 360 and BitNinja tool free with the servers, so you can easily remove any malwares in your WordPress or any application which you have. Let me check. I have Immunify 360, but it's let me show you malware scanner, but I'm not sure because we E2E provides both Immunify and 360, Immunify 360 and BitNinja. We in this currently in this server we have Immunify 360. Let me show you. Malware scanner. The very big plus point is Immunify 360 or BitNinja, which is provided by E2E networks. It can do a daily scan. Not only that, even if you're trying to upload a malware from your file manager without knowing to you, it will immediately remove it. Even if it's FTP upload or on a file manager upload. Generally, the problem in the WordPress is if you are installing an old plugin or an unknown plugin source, then you will face this malware issue. But using tools like Immunify 360 or BitNinja provided by E2E network, uh, malware won't be an issue at all. You won't be facing any problem. And okay, Can I have one or more? Sorry, from Darshan. Both separate does not work. I have one or more important query. Can I? You can. Okay, if you have a clouds, okay. If you have your own cloud server, there is a very simple MySQL command to take a backup of a for the individual individual database, which you can have it in a cron job, and you can save it on your own. If you're not if you're having issues in cPanel backup, I'm not sure why you're having an issue in cPanel backup, but if you are really having a cPanel issue in taking a separate MySQL backup, there are a single line command which can take each and every hour also. It depends upon you, depends upon the cron job you are setting. Next question is, no, we know it could rectify and show us a warning message, but we want to fix it permanently. See, malware is injected to a file, it can rectify it, but you need to go through the coding and it can be removed. And I think soon Cloud Linux, an operating system, is starting a Cloud Linux Plus OS where you have this facility to optimize your website and find the exact place where the malware is. It's not on a cPanel, but it's a Cloud Linux OS operating system, which is clubbing with cPanel to provide this facility. Removing a malware from an individual file, actually, any malware scanner will remove the total file or it will blacklist the whole file. The developer needs to go through the file reading, like have a read on the whole file. Then you need to manually remove the malware codes. I hope that answered. I'm facing.
One last question is from Darshan.
I'm facing additional. I'm found additional identity in mail, which is not. I couldn't able to understand this question, Mr. Darshan. Facing found additional identity in Webmail, which was not sent by us or clients. I'm really confused with this question. I couldn't be able to understand, Mr. Darshan. Could you please elaborate or explain the question?
We cannot hear you, Darshan.
Yeah, we cannot hear you. The audio is not available. Was not sent by us or client. No, it's really off
No worries,
topic.
Darshan. I will connect you with Karthik,
Yes,
and you can ask your
Darshan, I will be
question.
happy to assist you personally over the phone for the issue you're facing. Nothing to worry.
Yes, yes, yes. And so the session is about to end. So I would like to thank Mr. Karthik for sharing your valuable knowledge with us, and thank you all the attendees for this webinar. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me. I hope I have explained a little about cPanel because cPanel is a vast environment. But you should really try cPanel. It's really awesome. I'm using it for past 11 years. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.